Hey everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. So I'm kind of late in the game and turning the camera on, so you're going to miss a few steps because I have to be honest, I wasn't going to do another Tumbler video for quite a while because I have so many out there. But it was bothering me not to do this one because two of the three that I'm doing today are very, very faithful viewers. One is Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. And the other is Kathy. Hi, Kathy. I know your names by heart now. I know you guys, you both comment all the time. You give me advice, you give me encouragement. You wrote me beautiful letters, and there is no way I could not do this video for you guys. Even though I have done multiple videos with Creative Fabrica and all of the downloads you can get there, and the vinyls you can get from them, and the fonts you can get from them, I'm going to do one more. If you are tired of seeing Tumbler videos, tell me in the comments, let me know. If you still want to see Tumbler videos, tell me in the comments and let me know, because I want to know what you guys want. I don't want to do what I want to do. I want to know what you want to do, and I've tried to bring different things every day. But I just couldn't let this one go. I had to do it. I had to do it. So I'm going to catch you up to where I'm at. So what I've already done. Oh, the third one, I guess I should mention. This is for this one. This is for a man named Gary. And I don't know if he's ever going to see this video, but I hope you see it, Gary, and you'll understand why you see me every single day. So Gary, I have met in my local little, I don't know what you call it. It's a post office, but it's not really the post office. It's kind of like a tiny little they're like a contractor for the post office. So Gary is in there every day faithfully. And every single day since I opened the eBay store, I see him. I see him every day. So finally I said, you know what? To myself and my husband, of course, I said, I'm going to make Gary a Tumbler. And I'm getting to know him a little bit. I'm getting some stories out of him. And I know he was a Vietnam vet. And I know he was in the Army, and I know he did government things back in his past. And he's the nicest guy. He's so sweet, and he talks to me every day, and he is so nice. So I want to make him a Tumbler, and that's who this one is for. So Gary, I hope you get to see this. I don't have your phone number or your email. I can't send it to you, but somehow we're going to get this video to you. So Gary, this one is also for you. So now you understand what I am mailing every single day. Well, not just this, but I'm mailing other stuff too. So for Gary, I went on Creative Fabrica and I printed out this vinyl, American Veteran, made in USA, served with honor, because it certainly sounds he served our country with honor. And I just want to thank him for his service and thank him for being the sweetest guy to me every single day in the post office. So Gary, this one is for you. So you're gonna get to see how I make it. Okay, the second one is for Cheryl. And Cheryl, she sent me her own photo, which is this one. I don't know if she took this photograph by herself or if this is an image she got online. I don't know. I forgot to ask her. But this is the image she wanted on her Tumbler, and she asked if the Tumbler can be backed in a cobalt blue glitter. So I said, sure, send me the picture and I'll put it on there for you. So this one is for you, Cheryl. And then Kathy picked out this one from Creative Fabrica. Well, she kind of picked it out. She gave me an idea of what she wanted. She sent me the title of the Tumbler wraps. However, the Tumbler wraps had 12 to the bundle. So she told me to go ahead and choose whichever one, but she did state she wanted a V split. So I cut this already to the size that it needs to be for her Tumbler, and she also wanted it backed in a blue glitter on the back side. So this is gonna kind of be wrapped like this. So the blue tumblers are on my tumbler turner, and I have put on 2 coats of my Tack It Over and Over glue that I watered down 50-50. So this is 50% on water, 50% glue. I just shake it up. I store it in here because I use it all the time. There are 2 coats of this on each of the women's tumblers, drying, getting ready for the tack it method that we're going to do here. So that I just caught you up with everything I'm doing. I'm sorry for the long speech. I know it can get boring, but with 3 people involved, I want to make sure everybody understands what I'm doing. So because his is dry, I'm going to go ahead and get his vinyl put on. So I'm just going to make sure that my line is straight on here. Now his is a 20-ounce tumbler, and I had to cut this down substantially because it was way too tall. So this one is going to almost cover the entire tumbler, which is fine because I just didn't want to cut these words off. However, I think washi tape is going to end up, unless I choose not to do washi tape. I'd like to cover seams with the washi tape, but I'm not sure on this one because I don't want to cut the words off. I want it on there. So I'm just going to fold this back. And again, I will link Creative Fabrica on there. They are an awesome website where you can get millions of images and fonts, and there's so much stuff on there. It's such a huge resource that I've been using a lot lately, and everybody that seems to be ordering tumblers from me goes on there, which helps me a lot. They go on and pick their image before I get on there. That way I already know what they want. This is not straight. So yeah, I only folded back a little bit because I want to check it before I do it. That way it's not completely, that's better. So I have it around that edge. I might have to trim the bottom. Maybe I'll just move it up a little bit more. I do want a little bit of edge showing because I want the epoxy to be able to grab onto the stainless steel. So I'm just going to move it up a little bit. Check it again. I'm gonna have to make this work, but it's not completely and utterly straight. That's why you put a line on here, and that's why you only take off just a little bit at a time so you can get it perfect. I'm not even sure if it's my line or if it's this piece of paper that I've cut. That's too high. Bear with me, everyone. This one, unfortunately, has to be perfect. Right now, it is not. All right, finally, my line was not straight. So I'm just going to start peeling it off and rubbing it on. Now you can use your hand like I do, or you can use like a little squeegee, a rubber edge squeegee. Just make sure you get it on. I did seal this paper, I forgot to tell you. I put clear matte sealer 3 times over my ink after the ink dried. So there is sealer on here so my ink does not smudge or smear or anything happen to the ink. So because it is not perfect, I do need to trim this or put washi tape. I might, I'm not sure. I might trim it. Just get it all level. I'm gonna have to trim the bottom. I don't have a choice. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to trim it. I have a little trimmer thing. I am going to cut this off just a hair right here. I just couldn't get it any straighter on this one for some reason. I could have cut this paper wrong too, because I did hand cut it. I should have used my little paper cutter, but I didn't. So that's okay. I just need to trim this bottom because right now it's like wrinkling at the bottom because it's not straight. So I will trim the bottom right now. This is my little tumbler trimmer. It trims the edges, and what you do is you can move this blade. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels. You just take these screws off, you put the blade where you want it, you put your cup in there. Now it is going to cut off a little bit of my letters, but I don't have a choice. So I'm just going to move this across the blade to cut through the vinyl all at one level, hoping I'm not ruining the spray paint I put on the bottom, which I do need to touch up the spray paint now. I did forget to tell you, I did I sanded these tumblers down very lightly. I just scuffed them up. I sanded them down and then I washed them with alcohol. And then I spray painted them, the base color, as you saw. My blade might be getting dull because I use it all the time. So just cut it until it comes off in one piece without ripping your, and I will have to touch up my red spray paint because it was rubbing on the bottom, and I just spray painted this a couple hours ago. So just be careful. I'm just trying to get this off. It didn't cut that much off, but it was unavoidable. Sorry, Gary. You probably wouldn't even know unless you saw this. So I'm not going to tell you when I give it to you what I had to do. I definitely need a new blade. Let's see. There we go. Got it. Sorry, guys. Okay, so Gary's is ready to figure out if I'm going to put washi tape on there. I do need to touch the bottom up prior to epoxy. So let me think about this one, and I'm going to get one of the girls. Okay, one is a 20 ounce and one is a 30 ounce. So they both chose the same color, so they're both exactly the same, so I'm only going to show you one. This is the glitter. This is holographic, which works best with the tack it method. So like I said, there are 2 coats of my tack it over and over on here that's been watered down 50-50. So this is now a tacky surface. So I'm just going to sprinkle the glitter all over the cup, get it all over the bottom, and then we're going to rub it in with our hand. And it's going to lay completely flat. Now I know you're not going to see most of this cup, but because the picture of the cloud was not able to be printed the size of the cup, it just wouldn't do it. It was cutting off all the words. So that one is smaller than the cup. So I am going to be covering the entire cup of both of them, no matter what. That way, it will be flat. There won't be anything underneath it. So just get it all over. We're going to pour that glitter back into the jar for the next one. And then we'll rub it all flat, and then you'll get the holographic look. So let me get this back in the jar. And then just take your hand and just start rubbing it flat. You will know it's flat because it will feel completely different. It will be smooth. It will be like super smooth. So there is the flat. And again, I like to show you on the side the difference between rubbed down and not rubbed down. You will use a lot less epoxy too once you rub it down. So this is the smooth part, and then this is the non-smooth part. So even the glitter has a completely different look to it if you don't smooth down holographic glitter. You won't get the holographics pretty much. So just rub it in with a gloved hand. It works so much better with a gloved hand. Some areas have to be rubbed harder than others, or go in a different direction. You don't have to go up and down. Use your heel of your hand if you have to. This is a beautiful color blue. And then when it's all down, you're ready for epoxy. You have no waiting time, nothing. So this one looks to be finished. Now I won't bore you with the second one. I will come back when we put the vinyl on them. I just want to get them both done. I want them all at the same stage. So I want them all epoxying together. So there's a bottom. Oop, I missed one spot. Go around your edge. Make sure you didn't miss anything, because you will definitely be able to tell. So that is gorgeous. Okay, for Kathy's, we've got the V already cut to size, and I did leave a space at the top because I'd like to outline it with washi tape. So I'm just going to peel the image. Remember, seal your images if you printed them yourself. Actually, I'm not going to do it from that way. I'm going to do it from the bottom because I know I want the bottom to meet the bottom of the tumbler. I'm going to fold it down this way. And then get it situated on here. Make sure it's going to wrap okay. Again, I hand cut the top. That's why it's not perfect. And now I'm just going to unfold this. I know it's going to be hard to see. Sorry. So I'm just going to kind of, I should have done one side at a time, but I'm not going to. So just be super careful to get no bubbles in here. All right, I think that is really pretty with this glitter, and I will find a tape to match hers, and then we will move on to this one. Now this one is the 30 ounce, it's a little bigger, and again this image would not, so there's going to be a large area in the back that will not have the image. So I'm just going to cut down or unpeel one side. Okay, I got it on. Now this one's not meeting at the back, so it's a little easier to line up. Just going to rub it down flat. And once I have the washi tapes picked out, I will come back and get those put on. Then it's time to start getting these things to shine back up a little bit. Looks good. I left the white on just because I'm going over it anyway, so I didn't want to worry about cutting that. Everything's flat. All right. Okay, I asked my husband if this was for him, what color he would want, and he said black, so I'm going with black. It's very hard because I don't have many that are not sparkly. So it's hard for guys' ones because there's not much to choose from. I think I'm gonna put his name on this one too before I epoxy it. Haven't quite decided yet, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out as soon as I come back. So I'm just gonna go, this is the back seam, which I'm happy with the back seam because those stripes line up. So I don't think that needs to be there, so I'm not going to do the back seam. I'm just going to go around the top and the bottom on this one. Now, if you guys are interested in that creative fabric, try to use my link because I think you'll get some free downloads if you go through my link to do it. It's in the description page. I know I paid about $58 maybe for the year for as many downloads as I wanted. Or you could just buy them as you need them. They're only a couple dollars each, but because I use so many of them, I just got the whole year. Okay, so it does cut the bottom off a little bit, but you could still read it. But that just cleans the edges up. I'm gonna think about his name on the back somewhere, either here or here. But until then, let me get the ladies done. So that one was his. This one, I had this pretty pinkish color to kind of go with that. So I think I'm going to go with this one, and I'm just going to kind of frame it, the whole thing. Now once everything is on, right before I epoxy it, I'm going to take this back outside and spray seal the entire thing. Actually, I need to do the top and the bottom first. So you're going to want to spray seal everything because the washi tape will come loose under epoxy and then you will not be able to get it back on. I'm just going to cover up that white line, cut it at the edge. This one I want to see a little bit of the blue at the top. Oh, I got a lot of glitter inside of there. This one I chose this color. I wanted a thin one, but I thought the color would go with these pink in here. So I am just going to keep wiping the glitter off my hands. I'm just going to go to there. All right, now that they're all done, I'm going to go outside. Mod Podge Matte Clear Acrylic Sealer. I'm going to spray the entire cup. You definitely want to go over every single thing so you get no fish eyes when you put the epoxy on. So I'm going to go get that done, but first I am going to get Gary's name on. I use painter's tape because I absolutely hate transfer tape. I hate it. It just never comes off easy, and painter's tape works the best for me. So that's what I'm using. I hope this is straight. If not, I will peel it off. Oops. Be very careful. There we go. I hope you like it. I decided to go with the white for that. Okay, I'm gonna go outside. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm gonna go outside and spray these a couple times. Make sure there's no glitter on his, which is almost impossible in my room. And get a coat of epoxy on here in the morning. right, they're all coated. They have about, I did add a name to this one. She emailed and asked if her name could be added. They have about 4 coats each. So I didn't video all that because it's the same thing over and over. So I did sand down between each layer and coated them. So now I'm going to remove this, take my craft knife here, and remove any resin that got on the inside, which it does. It's unavoidable. It comes right off. Get it off the rim. And then take some acetone to the inside of it to get all this overspray off. There's like the spray paint and the glitter and everything that gets in there. There's some more resin in there. I won't show you all of them. They're all about the same. So I'm just going to take my acetone, clean it up, and then wash it down with soap and water. Get everything off, inside and outside. I did add my stickers. After 2 coats, I put the stickers on the bottom, and that gives you care instructions. So everything I've used will be linked in the description if you are interested in making tumblers. Got a couple more pieces. And these will be ready to send off to their owners. I hope you guys enjoy them. I hope they came out like you expected they came out. They do have lids and straws that go with them. So I will get you some pictures of all 3 of them finished. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. It was fun. See you tomorrow. Bye.